Not a day goes by without me thinking about that way the world's a big motion. When you walked into my life and we connected like we share the same emotion. Couldn't help but move the plans of better spot us into each other's blind spotches. All this energy's got us inspired now. We couldn't stop it, just say it again.
Did he do it?
Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Dancing All Night Blind, with your host, Dameol, SC. Last time, we rescued Tomoe-san, but we haven't actually seen anything after the battle with Tomoe-san, so we haven't, like, officially rescued her, but we all know that's what happened, right? Wow, apparently my dancing is physically painful. That is one of the worst things I've ever been told by a stranger, or a strange thing.
Tomoe-san! Tomoe-chan!
What have I done? I denied myself, and everyone saw that.
It's okay. Everything. The good parts and the embarrassing parts. It's all part of you, Tomoe-san.
That's what I love about Persona. It's just, it's a continual reinforcement of the idea that everyone has worth, and we don't need to try and deny who we are for the sake of someone else.
We're the same. And I'm sure there are people out there who will accept you as you are, Tomoe-san.
Tomoe-san silently looks down, as if deep in thought, then raises her head and looks directly into the eyes. Into whose eyes? My eyes? Are there some disembodied eyes on those? That's an odd way to phrase that. Newfound resolution burns in her eyes.
When I was a student, I told a friend about my hobby.
What hobby?
She laughed so hard. I got scared, couldn't face her. And before I knew it, we weren't friends anymore.
That's sad, but what kind of hobby is that? What would do that to somebody?
Huh? Wow, I'm sorry.
I guess that was when I learned to distance myself from everyone else. I was scared to be myself.
Tomoe-chan!
No, I want to know, what's the hobby? I really want to know that.
Just so we understand, could you tell us
What, dude?
Whoa, cat!
Didn't you just tell us how it was a sore subject?
Don't hit the controller, kitty.
No, it's okay. This is the first step. I need to be able to talk about it. Thank you, Yukun. I'm weird.
That's not really a hobby. I like to act weird in my free time.
I love manga. I watch TV at home all day. I just can't get out of my kotatsu.
Well, katatsus are awesome.
On my days off, I stay in my PJs, eat snacks, drop crumbs all over, and waste hours online checking my favorite sites.
Yeah, that's what everyone is. Although, that's not my hobby. I just end up doing that and I get mad at myself because I'm like, God dang it, it's 5 in the afternoon. I haven't done anything yet.
I'm too scared to hold hands with a boy. I'm not good at talking to people, and I always spend New Year's on my own. I see manga I like, and I buy it. Then I realize I already have that volume, but oh well, you know. God, I'm awful.
Okay, that last one, I was completely with you up until that last one. I have only bought something I already owned a few times, and I always felt stupid for doing it. Oh my goodness, it's not an ongoing problem for me, at least. Blurting it all out in one breath and losing speed towards the end, Tomoe-san's incredible confession comes to an end. What am I supposed to say to that? I can't think of anything immediately. I look to Yosuke next to me for help, but he appears to be in shock as well, probably for a different reason.
Wait, are you serious?
Buying 2 of the same manga? I do that too.
You can... I did not remember that Yukiko was into manga. Is that something they're introducing now, or is that actually something that's part of her character? Because I definitely do not ever remember knowing that.
Yukiko-san! Now's not a good time for that. What if this traumatizes Tomomin even more?
No, it is funny for sure. I mean, who'd need two, right?
I feel so sorry for Yosuke. He's the one person trying to be, like, do a solid to everyone. Like, oh my god, stop laughing at her, what are you doing? And everyone else is just lols.
Oh boy. So she's that type? Oh, and I thought one was tough enough to deal with.
Yukiko and Tomo-chan's laughter echoes throughout the room. The rest of us just stand there, staring in amazement. Then, suddenly, a familiar beam of light descends to... Oh, it's gonna be the dressing room. I wonder if it's the same dressing room. Although, no, it shouldn't be able to be the same dressing room, because the last time we were in there was at about the same time that, the other team had saved their person, and the two of them did not end up in the same dressing room, so it should be a separate dressing room. Boom, got it. Dressing room.
There it is again. That same door we saw with Tamami-san.
Is this the door to the dressing room at our office? How come it's here?
Reasons.
Why don't we go inside? Carefully. We don't know yet if it's safe inside.
Oh, wait a minute. That makes sense. Even though the, like, disembodied voice says that... Oh, huh. The disembodied voice says that it hurts whenever we're dancing, but also we're trying to extend our feelings and our thoughts to the audience. And so, if we are making a connection to the voice, this may be the, like, repressed feelings and emotions of that person. But that kind of implies that it's actually the ghost, and I'm not sure I believe it is.
Just like I thought. It looks pretty much the same as last time.
Yeah. You can't hear that song either, huh?
Well, didn't the song stop after we, like, sang it to death?
Anyway, we should probably take a short rest. We've saved Tamami-san and Tomoe-san so far. I'm sure you're all feeling tired by now.
Whew, don't mind if I do. This dancing stuff is really killing my legs, you know.
Why do we keep talking about how exhausting it is dancing? I mean, just because I know that we've been down here and we've been running around and dancing for a while, but we were running around and fighting for longer periods back, you know, in the Midnight Channel, so this really shouldn't be tiring us that much, unless, I guess it's more the fact that we're using muscles that we don't typically use, which is absolutely the case for dancing. Dancing will force you to use a lot of muscles that you have that you almost never legitimately have a reason to use in day-to-day life. Everyone relaxes, letting the tension ebb away. I'm a little tired myself. I take a seat in a nearby chair. With perfect timing, Rise calls us up with her persona.
Senpai, are you okay to talk?
Absolutely! We just got the second one, and I haven't heard from you yet, which means we probably won.
Rise, yeah, we're good. We just saved Tomoe-san.
Huh? Oh no, I can't be going crazy.
Rise, stop putting your voice into the minds of people who you don't know, or aren't part of the investigation team. She's got to be able to do that. She's got to be able to select who she's talking to, so can she please... I don't know why she's bothering to do it to Tomoe and Tamami. She knows it'll freak him out.
I can hear Rise-san's voice inside my head. And Yukun is talking back to her?
Oh boy, here we go again.
They can't help it. It is getting repetitive, though.
Well, it's happened twice. I don't know if it can be repetitive yet. I know that Yukiko didn't mean anything by it, but she could have probably afforded to be a little more sensitive. I glanced at everyone explaining persona communication out of the corner of my eye as I focused on talking with Rise.
How is it over there? Is everyone all right?
It's not going to make us go over it again.
We're having some issues. I gotta say, it is a bit rough without you guys. By the way, about Miss Ochimizu.
Yeah. It seems like the shadows don't attack her for some reason.
Wait, how do you know that, Senpai?
Because Senpai's amazing! Haven't you figured this out yet?
We ran into her too.
I see what's going on. Geez, she does whatever she wants, like always.
Now wait a minute, wait. Rise saved her first person, was it Subaru or something? At about the same time as we saved, our first person. So the question becomes, how the hell did Miss Ochimizu get with them, talk to Rise, calm down their idol, let Rise leave the dressing room, run over where we were, and get there while we were still in the dressing room talking to our person? Because she showed up really quick. The timeline doesn't actually seem to make sense.
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Anyway, we've got some catching up to do. I'll fill you in once we meet up.
Oh, okay. Hi, there's some weird stuff going on. Tell you later. Bye!
All right, we'll be waiting.
Bye, Senpai.
In the conversation with Rise, my friends finished explaining to Tomoe-san. We relaxed, the conversation turning casual. As we're talking, Yukiko calls out to us, apparently noticing something in the makeup corner. You're finally noticing it? I'm just astounded at how long it takes these guys to notice very, very obvious pieces of paper.
Look, it's just like when we were with Tamami-san.
Oh, not that again! And I was this close to putting it out of my mind!
Before even reaching Yukiko, we knew what she found. Just like with Tamami-san, a note. After making sure I have everyone's attention, I take a close look at the contents. As I thought, although the actual text is different from the one in Tamami-san's room, it's pretty much a continuation.
The morning glory won't bloom, no matter how hard I wish. I've already forgotten my true face.
Interesting. True face is a very significant word there.
My love for music has grown cold. I'm scared to sing, scared to get on the stage, scared to face my fans' expectations. How would she feel if I left? I don't want to make her sad, but nothing can fill the void in my heart.
It will never press the button.
Ghost or not,
Dang it!
this is just plain scary.
This person's having some hard times. It's even worse than the last note.
Could the culprit behind this really be a ghost? That idol who committed suicide?
Even if that's possible, it's too soon to judge yet.
If we could just figure out who wrote these, I wouldn't be as freaked out.
Idol, suicide, morning glory, Calistegia?
Okay, that word was nowhere in that. What? Is that the name of the idol? Do you actually know who this is?
What? Calistegia. It's another name for morning glory, but don't tell me.
Well, I won't tell you, but you should tell me, because you sound like you're the one that knows. We all turned to Tomoe-san at her sudden outburst. She was staring into space, as if trying to remember something. Does she...
Tomomin, you know what this note is about?
No, but it reminded me of something I heard when our appearance at LMB was finalized. A very popular idol who was with Takara Productions passed away a few years back. It was apparently big news back then.
Alright.
Just before she died, she wrote one final song. Calistegia, a flower commonly known as morning glory.
And this song must never have been released, or it wouldn't be coming up right now.
And that song, Calistegia, that's the new song we're debuting at the LMB Fest.
Interesting. This actually reminds me, there's a movie called Amadeus, which is about Mozart. And in it, this is absolutely, historically, we do not have any reason to suspect this actually happened, but it's a fascinating idea, even if it's not true. In the movie Amadeus, it posits that there is another composer during the time of Mozart named Salieri. And the idea is that Salieri actually hired Mozart to compose a death waltz, which Salieri was intending to perform at Mozart's funeral after he basically had Mozart compose it in secret. And this kind of reminds me sort of the same thing. You take someone else's song and you perform it. I wonder when she died. Actually, I wonder... Wait, did she die? Passed away, okay. I couldn't remember what the exact words was. I remembered it wasn't they didn't use die, but I was wondering, was it disappear? Because disappear would be really interesting.
An idol that belonged to Takara Productions, who has a connection with Kanamin Kitchen.
Although, actually, what if she did disappear and they couldn't find her because she came into the shadow world? If she got trapped here, they would say that she passed away in order to just explain why she isn't performing anymore. And then that would be why she's forgotten her true face already and why she's afraid to go on stage. I wonder if the shadow thing is the remnants of her. And also, again, that's kind of what I was talking about before. Every time we actually get through and make connection to the shadow thing, some of the repressed memories and some of the old self comes back in the form of these dressing rooms. Because these do look like identical dressing rooms, so I don't know if it's meant to be each of their individual dressing room, or if it's really just the same room being repeated, because the Shadow World does that.
It does match the profile we came up with.
This conversation is going in a bad direction. Are you saying the culprit is seriously a ghost?
Chie, breathe, relax. It's too early to jump to any conclusions. But yeah, things are starting to connect here.
No! That doesn't help a single bit! Drive a stake through my heart, why don't you?
I calmed down the rowdy team. Rowdy? Really? What a rowdy team! I calmed down the rowdy team and looked squarely at Tomoe-san. Whether or not that idol is the culprit of the case, I think we need to get more information.
Tomoe-san, do you know why that particular song was selected for Kanamin Kitchen?
Ms. Ochimizu.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Ochimizu?
Yes, it was her decision. Calistegia never saw the light of day.
Because there was nowhere to perform it, and there's no reason to release a song unless you can maximize its revenue by having it in a lot of shows.
After what happened, its release was put on hold indefinitely. But Ms. Ochimizu said that'd be a key selling point.
Although actually I'm not even sure that that's true. Because there's a lot of songs that have been found and released after an artist's death that just go crazy because the fans are so much like, oh my gosh, another song from this person that we never thought would write again.
Seriously?
Tomoe-san, if you don't mind, can I ask you the name of the idol that passed away?
Oh yes, it's...
Yuka Osada.
And there she is. I actually wondered if Miss Ochimizu would be coming forward and like leave the other idol behind to come and make another appearance.
Ms. Ochimizu? Why are you here?
Didn't we tell you to stay back and help the other person?
Yuko's curse. The notion is so ridiculous. I'd expect to find it on the cover of a tabloid.
You don't have to put it like that. How can you say that for sure? Having Kanamin Kitchen sing Yuko-san's song might be an effective marketing strategy. But it could well be thanks to you that they were thrown into this incident.
I can see your position. In a place like this, it's easy to think some monster or ghost is responsible. However, it's impossible that this is Yuko's curse. It's flatly out of the question.
I mean, I think there's more going on here as well, but I do have to question why you're so eager to dismiss it. Because, obviously, you know absolutely jack and crap about this world. How are you in a position to say with resolutely, no, this is not what's happening, when you know nothing about the environment that you're in?
You can't know that for sure.
Or Chie can, like, summarize what I said in, like 3 words.
Yes, I do. And that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, that's not how you convince someone. I'm right, shut up.
Tomoe, choose your words more carefully if you don't want to make a fool of yourself. See what chaos you've caused?
I'm sorry. How could you?
Miss Ochimizu's attitude was clearly aggravating Chie and Yukiko. It is strange. Miss Ochimizu does tend to speak aggressively, but this time it feels different. Like a rush of emotion. Why is that? As I try and calm Chie and Yukiko down, I ponder the possibilities. I understand their feelings. We're trying to account for actual victims here, but being worried for their safety makes us emotional. But attacking Miss Ochimizu is the wrong way to deal with it. We don't even know the extent of our connection here.
Everyone, that's enough. We don't know if Ms. Ochimizu is even a part of this.
No, I apologize. I shouldn't have lashed out. In any case, I'll take it from here.
No you won't. You can't do anything against the shadows except get bondage.
Tomoe, stay here with me until you've recovered. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Ochimizu's calm apology, she and Yukiko come back to themselves. I know. Yukiko and Chie don't want to blame Miss Ochimizu when it's not justified. Yokosuke starts talking again, trying to change the subject.
So, why are you here, Ms. Ochimizu? Is Tamamin okay?
Yes, I came after you.
Very, very, very conveniently time-wise, I must add. Again, I'm really weirded out that she can just sort of show up right as we, get here. And that she managed to get over here at both people.
I figured if you saved another girl, she would need looking after. Like in Tamami's case.
That does make sense.
As for Tamami, she's fine. That room seemed pretty safe, and she's calmed herself down. Idols aren't that fragile.
I see. Thank you.
Anyway, you've successfully saved Tamami and Tomoe. I'd like to thank you, but I think I'll wait until this whole mess is over.
We're looking forward to that. Let's get out of here together, all of us.
I'm afraid I must leave that to you. Neither Tomoe nor I are of much use here. It's always like that. Every crisis I face, I'm made aware of my powerlessness. Go once you're ready. And play detective all you want. But that's quite enough throwing around baseless accusations.
I'm sorry, I just don't see them as baseless. I see them as... there's actually somewhat significant reason to think this might be the case. I'm not sure I buy it, don't get me wrong. I do think there's more we don't know, but to just say, no, that's crap, and just expect us to leave it at that? No, that's not... no. Plus, we actually have an actual detective we're going to be running this past. So Ochimizu makes her final statement and leaves, but I still have my doubts. Her powerlessness? Again, something in her words feels wrong. It almost sounded like self-deprecation. And from that, I think there's a reason behind the way she speaks normally. Somehow, I can't take her at face value.
I hate to say this, but I just can't seem to like her.
Yukiko, I'm really trying to be friends. I don't know how.
The way she acts, I'd be surprised to find someone who does.
I have a feeling she has her reasons for it. Anyway, let's hurry. We need to meet up with Risei's team and find a way out.
I'm sorry I made things awkward. I'll focus on solving the case.
Yeah, me too. I'm really getting hungry, so let's just get this over with and figure out everything else once we get back home.
That's just like you, Chie. Sounds like a plan.
Nobody would think of dinner at a time like this except for you-know-who.
Aw, sheesh, guys. I can't help it. I'm only human.
That wasn't the most convincing exchange. That seemed like it was just sort of put in there to be like, yeah, Chie still likes steak. Everyone laughs at Chie is pouting as usual. Yeah, we're fine. Just like we always are. After exchanging looks with my friends, I stood by my side through countless trials. We stepped forward towards the door. Oh, this must be Margaret. After Yu's team left the dressing room, all that's left to remain was Miss Ochimizu and a flustered Tomoe who was sitting alongside her.
Some build-up on your face.
Oh, I've been here since yesterday, and I couldn't do anything about it, so...
I see. Yes, that makes sense.
Awkward silence.
You're the eldest member of Kanamin Kitchen, correct? The LMB festival is right around the corner.
I wonder if those pauses are something wrong with, like, my disc? Well, it can't be a disc, it's a download, but something wrong with the programming? Or did they actually program in, hesitate here for a second for an awkward silence?
Huh? What? Oh, yes.
You know, I've heard that exercise is good for the skin.
Wow. Hi, you just got out of a terrible situation. Wanna worry about your appearance for me?
I'll exercise. Some dance practice.
Please allow me, right now, right here.
I don't think you have to be allowed to practice.
Go on then.
Tomoe-san stood in front of Mrs Ochimizu and began dancing desperately.
No, you're not getting it at all. Listen to me, Tomoe. You need some real nuance, some emotion in that dance. Something like...
What?
A female veteran of the company's lowest department, advising the new addition to the group. A woman's worth is measured by the number of men she has conquered. Do you feel her pride? Her sorrow?
That's interesting. She has things like bizarre statements to say to everyone, but she tailors them across the image that she's trying to have them sell.
Oh my god! I'm ashamed of myself! I didn't understand my routine at all!
Okay, well that was interesting. After exiting the dressing room, I took a good look around. Alright, there's no sign of any shadows appearing here. I think it's safe to leave Miss Ochimizu and Tomo-san there. Glancing at my side, I noticed Yosuke stretching. Good, it looks like he managed to get a little rest back there.
Alright, then let's meet up with Rise. Whew, man, I'm really starting to ache here.
It's because of you guys that we were able to save Tamami-san and Tomoe-san. Thanks for being with me.
Come on, man. Why are you thanking us?
We're the investigation team, remember? Saving people in danger is our thing!
You know, I was wondering.
You know you.
It's about Ms. Ochimizu. Did she seem to you like she was acting kind of strange?
Miss Ochimizu?
Something in my memory flickered at his question. I did feel something wrong with Miss Ochimizu back there. Is Yosuke talking about how she got suddenly emotional? I mean, it was strange, but... Yeah, it was. We talked about that before.
It was a little unusual. Like all of a sudden her emotions got the better of her.
You noticed too, huh? She was still acting pretty lousy, but it was kind of different this time.
Hey, now that you mention it, it felt like she really wanted to end the conversation quick.
She did. I even said the same thing while I was listening to it.
Yeah, right when the topic of that idol Yuko came up. It's only my gut tells me there's something she's not telling us.
But what?
I agree with most of Yosuke's opinion. We don't know what, but Miss Ochimizu is definitely hiding something from us. And most likely has something to do with this Yuko Osada, but...
Well, I don't know yet. That's actually why I thought I'd bring it up. What do you think of it all? I mean, including the whole Yuko Osada thing.
You mean whether or not this Yuko-san is the culprit?
Here's my problem. I don't fully think it can be a ghost, and I don't know what Miss Ochimizu's connection is, but I feel like she has to have one.
I'd like to stay away from that possibility.
Chie, we can't just ignore a possibility because it makes you uncomfortable.
Hey, don't forget. The LMB website's rumor was about the curse of the dead idol in the first place. And what with these messages, which read almost like suicide notes. It does point to Yuko Osada causing this incident, longing for bonds she couldn't have before.
Also, she was with Takara Productions, and Kanamine Kitchen is performing her song at the LMB.
That's true.
Huh? But...
She knew too much? That's why she was murdered. I don't know why this would suddenly start just because her song is being performed.
I don't think them singing her song is a valid point. That voice knew a lot of personal things about
Oh,
Tamami
that's what she knew
and
too much
Tomoe-san.
means.
It's hard to believe Yuko-san would know that much about them.
Yeah, exactly! See? I knew Yuko-san wasn't the culprit!
Huh. You've got a point there. Tomomin didn't know much about Yuko-san, and it seemed like Tamamine didn't either. Besides, Kanamine Kitchen hasn't been around for that long. When you think about it, there's no way Yuko-san could have known them.
As I thought, knowing Yosuke, I'm sure the info on Kanamine Kitchen is accurate. that's the case, it's hard to think that the voice is Yuko-san. But then that means...
Ah, crap. It looks like we're back at square one. If it's not her, then who the hell's the culprit?
Well, again, I just kind of have to go back to Miss Ochimizu's shadow. That's why she can like move around here so expertly, and why the shadows leave her alone. Although, actually, I wonder if it's more because, unlike the girls so far, she's not rejecting the public image of herself. They all, to a certain degree, represent the way they have to act on stage, whereas she uses it as a marketing tool, and she's absolutely comfortable with it.
If the author of those notes is really Yuko-san like Tomoe-san suggested, then we can assume the culprit also knows about Yuko-san.
So it's someone who's related to Takara Productions, who knows Tomoe-chan and Tamami-chan very well,
Alright.
and also knows about Yuko-san.
Hey,
Damn
who
it!
said it's limited to people we know?
Well, it has to be limited to people we know, otherwise we wouldn't be able to talk about them intelligently.
Huh? But then we're out of luck.
Why don't we meet with Risei-chan? It's always better to have more heads to think with.
Especially when one of them is Risei-chan and knows the situation very, very, very well.
Oh yeah, and they've got Naruto-kun with them. With the real detective and our leader together, there's no mystery we can't solve.
Why are you the one bragging?
I'll try my best. Let's head to the rendezvous point then.
Suddenly, we felt a shock. At first I thought it was an enemy attacking, but it seemed like something else entirely. This is...
Whoa, what the?
An earthquake! What? This is not a good sign!
Something might have happened to the other group. Let's hurry.
Oh wow, that certainly, like, cut off, Well... Isn't that interesting? So we have a second path to take now. Alright, I'm digging it, I'm digging it. Okay, well then, I will see you guys next time when we journey into Chapter 3, which is the second path, and follow, you know, Team Not Senior. See you then, guys. Look forward to it, please.
Persona 4, Dancing All Night.
Leave this to me!
Go, let's go, Kanamin!
1, 2, 3! There! This is going well! Hurrah! 1, 2, 3! There! This is going well! Good! 1, 2, 3! Good!
This is gonna be so smooth. Prepare to be dazzled.
Yeah, you're doing it!
Looking great, Kanamin. She's grown in more ways than one.
Wow! Yosuke-san's on fire! Go! Go!
You two are a good match. I'm a little jealous.
We blasted right through that! Totally on fire! Oh, so much fun! 1, 2, 3! This is going well! Good! 1, 2, 3! This is going well! Here goes! 1, 2, 3!
Ooh, I think that was good.
Things are heating up!
Yeah, you got it!
Woohoo! Looking great, Kanamine! She's grown in more ways than one!
Oh my gosh, that made me dizzy! But it was fun anyway! Nice combo! Woohoo! Yosuke-san and I had a totally rockin' time together! Good! This is going well! Good!
Brilliant!
That went totally awesome for me! Yep!
We're on fire, Kanamine! You can charm me anytime!